This is Shamanic Awak Priestess here, and I wanted to thank all you guys first and foremost for tuning in to the 29 Days of Melanated Excellence this year, 2021 edition. Last year I actually did it daily. This year I'm trying to, but COVID-19 and having children that are fully remote when it comes to school. And, for those of you who don't know, I'm a professional reader. I'm a professional psychic reader. I do rituals for clients. I'm a shaman and a teacher. So, a teacher of spirituality and all these kinds of things. And then on top of that, the most important job is I'm a mother, and I have two younger children that are going to school fully remote. Um, my second youngest is also a child of special needs, so that's in itself its own challenge, and it takes time, and dedication, of course. And so, time, sometimes I just don't have time. And I learned, the ending of last year, around September of 2020, when I just was so completely burnt down that I had to like temporarily shut my website for 2 weeks and all these things. I really learned in that month of September, when I just took a complete social media break, a break from my business. I don't want to have to do that. I felt bad leaving, my clients in this lurch, and I felt like I was abandoning them, and I don't want to ever get burned down to the point where I have to leave like that again. I try to stay consistent. I haven't been able to watch as many videos as I want to. I'm really, really behind because of the challenge that I took on, not just my regular work stuff, but also trying to create these 29 video series for you guys, in celebration of Black History Month and everything like that. So I'm going to try my best to cover Friday, because I didn't post on Friday. I was just so exhausted when I was done with my work day. Saturday and Sunday. And if I have time, I'll try to do today's Friday. But at least I want to catch up with the weekend, and maybe I'll do 4 videos today and then go back to the 1 video a day. Or I might do 3 videos today and then just post 2 tomorrow. So we'll see how things go. So with that being said, I wanted to talk to you guys about a very important topic. And that is, when we're talking about the ATRs, you'll have things called Elekes. Elekes are, and I've had videos where I showed you guys, Elekes are literally beads. The beads are representatives of the Orisha. Okay, it'll have their numerical correspondences, their colors, and these Elekes are actually only supposed to be made by those who are initiated, because there's different levels and hierarchies, and I'm not going to go to all of that. But there's only a certain group of people within the Santeria religion, within the Espiritismo traditions, things like that. Again, only talking about traditions that I actually have been directly contacted, because in Espiritismo, they do give you elenques, but they call them collares, okay? So people that I've known that practice espiritismo, they also wear the beads, and collares are just their beads. So for instance, Elegua's colors, would be red and black. Shango's beads would be red and white. Oshun's would be yellow and all that kind of stuff, right? And then Yemaya's will be the blue and white, so on and so forth. And then all the spirits have their numbers. Now, someone asked me if every single spirit had their elenque. There are 401 and counting Orishas. So that will be impossible for me to answer, only because then I would have to go into all 401 and counting Orishas. So it's not a simple yes they do, no they don't, that kind of thing. But for the most part, the ones that I interact with, the ones that I have the privilege of having in my home and having a working and loving and relationship with, they do have elenques, okay? And these elenques were made by someone of the religion, okay, that has the gift that has been and have certain rituals and initiations performed, because when someone's making an elenque, every single one of those beads are prayed over. Okay, there's a special type of string that I'm told that is supposed to be used to make these elenques. There are rituals that are performed to prepararlo, to prepare them. So Amazon has them unprepared, and I've seen people wear them and that whatever. But traditionally, these are actually supposed to be purchased from an elder who actually has the don and the gift of making these elenques. Because these elenques, when you put them on, it's supposed to actually put the spirit on you. Like, it's supposed to have the essence of that spirit, okay, in the collares or in the elenques, okay? Saints in Espiritismo have elenques, okay? They have collares, sorry, they have collares. So when we're talking about folk magic of, Latino brujeria, Latinx brujeria, Hispanic, all that kind of stuff, Afro-Caribbean and stuff like that, and they're working more of the Espiritismo, the saints, their colors will be representative of those elenques. So for instance, if someone has calidad de cobre, it will be the same colors as Oshun. If somebody has la Virgen de Regla, it will be the same color as Yemaya. Okay, so these are supposed to be prepared by someone who has the appropriate initiation. For instance, I do not make elenques, okay? I don't do that. That is not my path, and that is not my calling. I have purchased these things from my elders, and things of that nature. You just can't do whatever you want. There is a hierarchy. Everybody within the spiritual community has their gifts, right? And so you have to be careful who you purchase these things from, because there are people that either don't know how to properly prepare the elenques or the collares, and that could wreak havoc in your life. But there are also people that purposely put other spirits into things, negative spirits into things, negative energies into things. And then when you're putting on these collares, you're actually putting on a negative spirits of misfortune and chaos and all these things, because a collar is not supposed to do that. A collar is supposed to bring you abundance and blessings and protections. You know what I mean? So that's why these traditions are so important. That's why this knowledge is so important, because it's not just only respecting the spirits or the tradition where these things come from. It's also a way of protecting the person who's purchasing these items and is practicing these things. Because if you don't know that, then you're going to think you can just buy them from whatever Etsy shop and everything. When you're buying collares, make sure you ask, are you someone that's initiated to make these types of jewelries and sell them off as an elenque? Was this blessed? Was this charged? Was this prepared? Same thing goes with your statues. Okay, when someone's buying an elegua head, when someone's buying a statue or whatever, when someone says, hey, do you want me to charge you extra? I'll prepare that statue for you. Yo te preparo the statues, or yo te preparo la vela. So I'll prepare the candles. I'll prepare the statue for you. Make sure that it's someone that can actually do that. Someone that's going to actually infuse not only the essence of the spirits when you're buying religious items, but are they going to put that positive energy, or are they going to activate something else? And my mother always was, when she was getting into the religion, she had troubles with false teachers. I've had troubles with false teachers. I have clients that come to me that have told me they have problems with false teachers, because there's a lot of charlatans out there. And this is why I felt like this year I wanted to touch on some things, so that way you guys can use your own discernment, so that you guys can see what's BS and what's real. Okay. And so with my students and the classes that I give, I teach my students how to prepare their spiritual items in a non-initiate's way, because my classes literally are how to work it as a non-initiate, as a student, as someone who's getting into the path. Too many people are quick to initiate, without understanding the responsibilities of initiation, and without having the knowledge that one must learn and study under a person. So understand how to be a elder, how to be a spiritual leader, how to help other people through your spirituality. Knowledge is the most important thing. The initiation is the ritual, yes, and yes, that's important. But the most important thing is the knowledge. Know what the heck you're doing, right? That's like getting a college degree, but you never attended a class. You literally don't even remember what you learned. You know nothing. Is the degree without the knowledge is a piece of paper. Okay, and that's pretty much how initiation is. If you don't have the ashe of the spirits, if you don't have the knowledge, if you were never mentored or taught anything, it's not worth anything. You kind of just wasted money. So I teach my students how to prepare their own thing the way that my mother taught me, the way that her godfather taught her. So my mother can actually make spiritual tools, prepare them for me, things like that. So I get it from her or I purchase it from somebody else. And she taught me how to charge and put in the spirits. And those are things I don't show on YouTube because you're not supposed to teach these things so out in the open, right? If you teach everything, if you show everything, then things lose their sacredness, right? And so, that's something that I felt like was one of the most important things to teach my students is how to prepare their things, how to prepare their candles, how to charge and all that kind of stuff. Because for me personally, I just do it myself, but I know a lot of people don't always have accessibility to doing that, or you know what I mean, or they don't know how to do it, or they don't know anybody trusted. I always tell people, go with your intuition and pray. Like if you really feel called to this path and the spirits are calling you and you're like, oh my goodness, get a reading session, even if it's a small little time session, and see if that's really something that you call. Get an investigación, get a reading, talk to somebody that you trust and see if this is your path. And then on top of that, the most important thing, pray to your spirits that they bring you to the right botanica, the right elders, the right teachers. It will happen. But when we're rushing, and I've done this, my mom did it too. When my grandmother got really sick, she lost her mom at a young age. So there were things that grandma, she passed what she could, but there were things that she didn't get to. And therefore, my mother sought out other teachers, and she found her teacher, right? She found her godfather and someone that she has this soul connection with. But before that, there was a lot of false people. There was a lot of scammers. There was a lot of people that injected fear. There was, I remember she bought a statue one time, and it was supposed to be blessed and charged. And I kept having nightmares about the statue, like talking and eating like a human. And I noticed that when my mom would, if anybody would talk around it, like let's say, the old phone cords, like if it would touch the statue, bad things will happen to you. The house was very chaotic, her finances, it was a very chaotic energy. And it wasn't so much that way when she got that, before she got that statue. Like the statue, literally something was wrong with it. And so what ended up happening was that she ended up actually throwing it away because she found out that the person she purchased it from, a lot of people were saying was a false spiritualist, was a person who purposely did bad things in order to draw clients in for money. Okay, so a scam artist pretty much. Not that they didn't know what they were doing, but they were using their knowledge for bad, for really putting harm into people's lives. That's wrong. That's unethical. You're causing harm on purpose. So we got rid of that statue. Fast forward to even recently with me, 3 years ago or something like that, I had a new spirit come into my spirit court, and I went with someone that I considered like my heart, but my intuition was like, there's something off about this person who owns this spiritual based business. But I didn't listen to my intuition. I purchased the money statue, and things were not good financially. It was literally like somebody hacked my finances, and I didn't even think about the statue because, again, I did not listen to my intuition. I purchased it. I let this person prepare it, knowing that I could have done, it myself. And because this person is sought after and blah 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 blah, and has this title and all this stuff. So yeah, and then I had a dream with it, and I was like, okay, so I fixed the situation, contacted my mom, we did a ritual to fix it. I was able to remove the energy she put in it and put the real spirit in there, and things have been beautiful. So, and it was like 2 or 3 months of just really dark, negative situations going on. Like, any candles I burned, one of them had an actual face in it. Like, it was all, like, the candle was black, but it had like, it looked like a human face. It's really freaky. Candles were just, no matter what I did, just black, 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 black. So that's why I tell you, like, even the most experienced spiritualist, witch, whatever you call yourself, can fall for those kinds of things. So I just, for me personally, like to prepare my own stuff. And I'm just really happy that my mom, she taught me how to do that. But much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that this video provides some type of knowledge and it makes you feel empowered and things like that. So yeah, so much love and light. So it's why I always say, even when I buy something from someone, I'm gonna cleanse and clear it, because you just don't know what kind of energy somebody's selling you something with. I'm just saying. All right, guys, bye.